Cryptomines, which is a play-to-earn NFT game, reached as high as #3 on DApp radar and also one of the top games built on the Binance Smart Chain. And yet in the last week, due to turn of events and the market correcting itself, the game took a huge spiral down and really plummeting the value of the native token Eternal. Today, I'm going to give you an update since this is one of my the games that I personally play, and I've gotten some recent updates that was through the Telegram as well as from the developers, and I want to let you guys know what's going on with this project because there's been a huge turn of events, and I want to let you guys know as a community what's going on and what does the future look like for this project. So right here on this video. Hey guys, welcome back to Passive Income Group, where we show you some of the best ways that you can generate passive income right here in the digital space. And if you don't know, my name is Tuan, and if you find any of our videos actually value to you at all, please definitely press the like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so that way you can get updates, reviews, as well as first mover advantages on the blockchain and cryptocurrency space. So let's get right into it, you guys. So today's topic is an update on Cryptomines. You guys probably know in the last month, I've been really bullish on this game because as looking through the tokenomics and then looking at how the game works, and I really like the developers in terms of them always being on point and the communication, which is stellar. This has been a very exciting game for me. However, the past week, there's been a huge turn of events. The market actually absolutely corrected over 40% adjustment in many cases. And of course, due to that process, many of the cryptocurrencies on the CoinMarketCap, like for example, Bitcoin made an adjustment of dropping over $10,000 off of their recent high. And many of the projects that I follow, whether it's in the metaverse space or DeFi 2.0, a lot of these projects had a huge correction. Cryptomines, their native token Eternal, took a huge dip, over 60% just nearly a few days ago. And as I've been following them, as well as in their Telegram group, there's been tremendous amount of FUD. And for those of you that don't know what that means fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And continued FUD kept on going, and to the point where there was a huge sell-off, and now they're actually now valued around $2 something, right? And so very interesting things that's happened. And so I've looked at in terms of what the developers have tried their best to do, whether it's buying back, providing more liquidity, making adjustments on the project. I've noticed a lot of user interface on here that has been updated for the past week. For example, when it comes to spaceships and workers, I've noticed that recently they've made adjustments for minting. Instead of doing individual minting, you can do bundles at a time, because that was something that was highly requested in the project. I've noticed a bunch of different upgrades and updates to make people's experience a whole lot better just in the last week. And following their Twitter and the founders of the project, I can tell that they've worked really hard to listen to the community, as well as finding ways to, one, provide liquidity, be able to actually do new partnerships such as Ape Swap, which was their newest partnership that they'd done just about 24 hours ago. And yet still there was a tremendous amount of FUD that happened in the marketplace. And that actually drove the development team and the founders to release an announcement, a potential decision based on voting from the community of what the future of Cryptomine is about. And so this was just released just about an hour ago, and I want to go over it with you guys together. Now, first of all, this was posted in the Telegram group, and I'll just read it to you real quick. It says, the last 72 hours has been decisive for the future of Cryptomines. We as a development team have tried to stop the FUD We also took measures to mitigate the damage to the internal economy of the game. In addition to this, we have made multiple incentives such as adding liquidity, making buyback, constant updates. However, none of these actions have made the expected results on the confidence of the project. And as you guys know, that every single coin, every single token that is released in the ecosystem, on the blockchains, right? Let's just use the coin market cap. When you go to coinmarketcap.com, you're seeing all these coins, whether it's coins or tokens. Every single one of them are really not backed by anything. The only thing that makes it backed is by the community that trust. That's the number one word, is trust in the project. If they trust it, they provide liquidity, meaning they buy into it. They actually trade their hard-earned money, assets, for this token or this project. And that's what makes it valuable. Now you think about it, Bitcoin really didn't have a huge use case in the very, very beginning. It was an idea, people didn't believe in it, but enough people bought into it, so there was a community that was built. They trusted it, they provided liquidity. Now it is considered a great way of store of value. Just to give you an idea. Now moving forward, however, none of these actions have had the expected results on the confidence of the project. For this reason, we have taken the decision to make an article on Medium explaining the current situation, future of the game, in addition to analyze the proposal we have for you. What happened to Cryptomines, proposal to vote, and measures for Cryptomines as a current game. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna read some of it, not all of it to you, so that way you have an idea of what the developers actually wrote and tried to convey to all of us. Cryptomines was born from the dream of the developers to do better than its predecessors in the NFT play to earn environment. For a long time, it remained stable and in constant growth due to the great income and investment of new people, both in Eternal and in the game, allowing snowball effect on the rise that caused people to enter to buy many Eternals, could make dumps of the token when it rose to a certain point, and thus began a fall effect amplified by these traders and collective fear. That's the FUD. In this way, we could observe how it was devastating, how it was a devastating fall as big as massive growth of Cryptomines, where people's confidence was totally eroded when the price of the token took a hit of that level. However, the main problem is that the NFTs have no additional cost or wear and tear, causing an overpopulation of this asset and thus reaching a point where some investors do not have the need to continue reinvesting. So guys, just to give you a quick idea, someone like myself who have quite a bit of optimized teams, right? 4,900 MP, rank S. I mean, guys, a few of the teams I actually minted, but after a while, after minting 2 or 3 teams, I figured out that I could go to the NFT store and buy the team and just create an optimized team. And from this point forward, I was able to build multiple amount of optimized teams. And because of that, I've kind of like compounded to the point where I have more than enough to be able to make quite a bit of rewards, to be honest with you guys. And the way how I saw the ecosystem is that, let me kind of give you a visual, that there's only several ways where the pool gets refilled. Number one, from minting. Every single time someone mints a spaceship, approximately $20 worth of Eternal gets used and goes back to the ecosystem. Okay, so minting is a way of creating new spaceships, and you can do the same thing of creating new workers. You can also reinvest back into the ecosystem by fueling your fleets. So every time you fuel your fleet, that goes back to the reward pool, goes back to the ecosystem, and as well as contracting your fleet as well. Now, what the developers were saying is that as in the beginning, there was a huge ramp up because people were buying the NFTs, they were minting, they were actually playing the game, and they were actually fueling as well as creating contracts because they were continuing to mine as they're going in these expeditions. However, what ended up happening was it got to the point where when it reached the all-time high, people were making so much money from the trading and from the pump that people were actually they were actually selling and taking profit, which is quite normal in the cryptocurrency space. And from that point forward, there was so much of a sell-off that people started not minting as much because of the fear, the uncertainty and doubt started kicking in, and people slowly stopped minting. They slowly stopped fueling. They slowly stopped buying contracts. And now it started hovering a lot, dropping down to 50,000. Like the volume was around 50,000, but it was triple, quadruple plus the amount, right? But then it started declining because people stopped believing. That trust wasn't there no more. And so even though the project still runs well and there's constant updates to the whole project, the people's trust isn't there, because if you go into the Telegram group, you see constant fear, uncertainty, and doubt that's actually going through the process, right? And people are constantly looking at how big the reward pool is. And we can look at that. I can click on the rewards pool right now. And what you can see is that the total supply is still 5 million Eternals, still waiting for miners to be able to actually exhaust it, okay? There's still 5 million, okay, Eternals. And give me 1 second here. Let me go back to this. So anyways, let's go back to the medium here. So what basically the ecosystem was designed to be able to have an entry door of people adding fuel, buying contracts, minting, but that started declining because of the fear, the uncertainty, and doubt. And so now, because of the FUD has been so affected to the community, the trust is literally it's gone. That now the Cryptomines community or the developers are proposing that they want to be able to create a new look, a new feel, to start from scratch and create a Cryptomines integrating a full three-dimensional kind of inner experience where you're able to actually go in and be able to experience a 3D world of the same genre. They're calling this Cryptomines Reborn. And because of this metaverse 3D experience, it allows to be able to mint different things such as skins, gameplay mechanics, scholarships, and different components, and much more. This will allow them to be able to see all the holes that happen in what they call the Cryptomines legacy, which is this current one that we have, and be able to correct that by adjusting the liquidity pools, the buybacks, and all the different mechanics. But they want to be able to start from scratch. Okay, now I personally, I'm just the person that's relaying what I've actually been able to read and dissect out from this. And so, a couple of things, okay? The new game, what they're proposing, if everyone agrees to being able to create the new Cryptomines Reborn, they're going to, one, the cost of mint in Cryptomines Reborn will be different than in Cryptomines Legacy. They're gonna try to do it differently, and I'm assuming the way they're gonna do it is to find a way to continue to have more liquidity and more revenue going into the project, so that way they can pay rewards. Mint will be available for 3 weeks. And so this right here, mint will be available for 3 weeks. What are they talking about? What they're saying is that if you are a current player in the Cryptomines Legacy, you'll be able to convert your fleets into discounted tickets for mints from the Cryptomines Reborn. Depending on your rank and amount of mine power you have, you'll be given the number of discount tickets for mints in Cryptomines. So basically, you have an intrinsic value behind your current fleets, but in essence, they're I don't want you to say just, but they are discounts. So you're still going to use new money to be able to actually participate in the new Cryptomines Reborn. Is just gonna discount. How much discount? I don't know. This minting for people from the legacy will be available for 3 weeks. Once mint is disabled, a breeding system will be implemented in order to obtain new NFTs. Your NFTs will have more features besides mine power. So more features like, for example, there's mining power here, there's rank here, there's fuel here. There's different components, but their goal is to make it more intricate so that way there's more ways to be able to produce more liquidity, more revenue into the project to continue to provide rewards. That's what I'm assuming. The contracts of NFTs will scale corresponding to the mining power of the fleet. The internal currency of Cryptomines Reborn will be dark matter, DM. That's going to be their new currency, which will have a constant in-game value of 1-to-1 with USDT. So 1 DM will equal 1 US dollar tether and can be used for all in-game transactions, including the market. Upon claiming your dark matter, our token will be issued with Oracle systems, securing your claimed amount. Okay. 5% of the rewards in our new token will be delivered directly to your wallet after each expedition. Okay, so this is the tokenomics in terms of how they're going to be able to sustain the value based on their experience before and now. 5% of the rewards in our new token will be delivered directly to your wallet after each expedition. So you get 5% directly. The DM can be exchanged and claimed every 15 days. So the rest of it, you can exchange it within 15 days. So there's a lockup period. You will have constant burning of NFTs for repair and maintenance of your fleet. So this will drive more liquidity into the ecosystem because it's constantly eroding, right? Every NFT doesn't stay forever. You're going to constantly have to repurchase new NFTs to keep the gameplay going. There will also be mini games within the 3D world where you can use your tokens. Okay, 1%, the tokenomics, 1% tax on all token purchases and 2% on all sales. These tax for all exchanges will go back into the rewards pool, thus allowing the external exchange of the token to fuel the game. Total supply will be 5 million. So it's just like the current Cryptomines legacy. It'll be a low supply. Marketing collaboration will be allocated 10% of the tokens. Rewards pool will have 40%. Instantly liquidity pool will have 50%. Monetization of the project. All fees collected during the first weeks will be used to add liquidity and repurchase of the new token. After that, 20% of the fees collected from the in-game management will be used to constantly add liquidity, and the remaining 80% will be used to cover costs and improvement of the project. So this is the monetizing section here. Sorry guys, I'm just reading this with you guys so that way I'm going over with you and giving you guys my honest opinion. So this will be voted upon, okay? So they're gonna upload the voting in a little bit in the communities. And if people approve it, Crypto Legacy will continue to function normally until the reward pool reaches a critical state, reaching 0, meaning if you go to this, and when this thing will continue, people will be able to mine this eternal token until it goes to 0 and it won't be replenished. Now, it will be replenished here and there, and I'll explain how, but eventually it will go to 0 because there's one word that needs to have on any project, and the word is trust. So if people trust the project, they'll continue to play it, and over time, my opinion is they might not. So that's if the vote is approved. If it's not approved, Cryptomines Legacy will continue to function normally until its reward pool reaches a critical state, reaching 0, where it's no longer possible to continue payments. Why rework and restart the game? The only way to ensure long-term sustainability of Cryptomine is to do an entire rework, achieving an economy from 0 to degradable NFTs that need constant reinvestment in order to keep generating assets. So what they've figured out is, through trial and error, is that there's too many. You can basically mine as many workers and mine as many spaceships, and the rarity is like a roulette in terms of when you're minting, you have a 1% chance of getting a 5-star ship or a 1% chance of getting a worker. But in essence, there is no finite supply. You can mint as much as you want. It's just a roulette of 1% chance every single time you do it. But they need to create a finite supply. or it needs to deteriorate and people have to be able to mint again. So that's like one of the things that they've actually discussed about. I'll make sure I'll add this medium into the description or in the comments below so you can watch this or read this yourself. And what we're gonna do is I want to give you guys my thoughts before we wrap up the video. So what's my thoughts? Is this the end of the Eternal token? Here's what I believe, okay? What I believe, and guys, here's the thing. Everything I tell you is just my opinion, okay? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you where to invest. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and what's happening and in my personal space. And I'm just providing this video as an educational purpose only. So just know that everything you do is 100% at your own risk. This is the digital space, you guys. There is a lot of risk. There's a lot of volatility. Cryptocurrency, you can literally lose all your money. Okay, so make sure you do your own research and make sure you do your due diligence. Okay, so what I believe is that will this be the end of the Eternal token? No and yes. Okay, I would say no, and the reason why is because currently right now there's 5 million Eternal tokens in the rewards pool. This will be depleted, okay, over time. Now, how does it get depleted? Well, every single 24 hours, people have to, in order for them to mine it or to be able to go to expeditions, they got to go to their fleets. Like myself, I have a contract that's going on for 5 days. You can see it right there. I have a contract going for 3 days and I have a contract going for 2 days. But after 2, 3, 5 days, I'm going to exhaust it. And in order for me to mine more rewards from the Eternal rewards pool, I'm going to have to contract more, okay? And I'm gonna have to use my Eternal to be able to do this. So I'm gonna have to spend it. At the same time that in order for me to take these fleets to expeditions, I need fuel. Every single one of my fleets is gonna run out of fuel. And so I'm going to have to use Eternal to be able to do this. Okay, now here's the thing. I have exhausted all my Eternal, so I am gonna go back to PancakeSwap or BuySwap or go to Bitmart, and I'm going to have to buy more Eternal so that I can fuel as well as I can renew my contracts. Okay, so this this driving a behavior of myself in order for me to mine, of me buying more Eternal, will continue to drive the value up and down during this complete bearish down cycle. Okay. Now, what this is going to happen, you can see here, this is the book orders here. There's people that are selling right now and there's people that are buying. And I'm assuming based on my behavior, people are buying for a couple reasons. Number one, they're buying so they can continue to mine. And people are also buying because they see this as a buying opportunity. Who sees this as a buying opportunity? Traders. So remember, there's a tremendous amount of tokens and coins on the coin market cap that have no value behind it all. There is no utility. There is no use at all behind it, right? We know this from Dogecoin to all these other coins that are out there that are meme coins. And yet there is a community still supporting the project, all right? Well, for whatever reason. And so Eternal, for the traders, they might see it as like, wow, this might be a good opportunity to buy, as well as there's a great opportunity to sell. And so I truly believe that the value of the Eternal token will hover between $1 all the way up to like $8, $9, hovering back and forth because of the constant influx of people needing to buy more Eternal from the marketplace, okay, from the exchanges, to be able to fuel as well as renew contracts along the way. And as this is happening, a percentage of these will go into the pool to be able to actually drag out or extend out the lifespan of the rewards pool. Now, over time, the rewards pool will be empty unless there is belief back into the community and people will continue to mint. Will that happen? I don't know. Do people still believe in this project? As of right now, not really. But I will tell you this, is that people will continue to mine. People will, very little will continue to mint. and people will buy Eternal from these exchanges, and this will drive volatility in the market, which will provide traders to continue to buy and sell because there is opportunity within the margins of that. And so these are my personal opinions, is that this can go on for quite a while. It could be months, it could even be a year, it could even extend longer. But the value of the token, you'll see it will go up and down because there's traders and then there's miners that are playing within the game still. So do I personally believe in the vote of opening a new game? I believe, in my opinion, at this point, I'm going to go for it. I'm holding on to my fleets. I have quite a bit of fleets, and I'm still going to mine. And yes, I will still get Eternal to continue fuel and renew my contracts until it exhausts. And I'll continue to do that and still look for buying and selling opportunities within the market. And I believe a lot of people will do the exact same thing. In that event, I still think that I will vote to actually start the reborn of the new Cryptomines game. And I also will hold on to my fleets because there is a value that it will discount my minting when they transition over. It is what it is. You know, I don't like the sound of it, but this is what I plan on doing. And so to wrap things up, you guys, do I believe that the developers actually rug pulled on it? Maybe yes, maybe no, but I will tell you this, that this was based on my experience from what I'm seeing here. If they were rug pulling it, they did a great job at tricking a lot of people, because up till just days ago, we're talking about 2 days ago, that they still updated the user interface and the user experience on all of this. They still made sure that they made all the announcements, the updates, they made all the corrections, they did everything they could. But I truly believe that the developers did everything they could to make this work. And it is what it is, because the thing is about the blockchain space is that 100% of the entire project is built around the trust of the community. Don't forget that. The community has to trust it to provide the liquidity to interact with the project. And if they don't have that, they don't have a project. And so these are my thoughts, you guys. And please, leave a comment below, any questions. And guys, I'm definitely at all about it, because this was an absolute fun game. I'm going to still play it. And I hope that there's still a positive light at the end of the tunnel. And I will continue to give you guys updates along the way. Thank you so much, guys. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.